Say hello.
As you guys can probably tell, Bella really wanted to be in today's video, so she's a star now. Hey guys, Kalvin here, and welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to be doing something so requested. Everybody loves my reaction videos, whether they're to old videos of my own, to stupid SJWs on the internet, even to cute dogs like my dog right here. But I was really feeling in the mood to make a reaction video, and I didn't know what to do it on until today, when I found the perfect video. Just imagine the scene. I'm chilling at school, doing nothing, as usual. And I'm on YouTube as I am. And I'm looking through my feed, and I find a video. It was just some cringy SJW talking about how she's trans, and so I decided that looks like a great video for me to react to, because if you guys don't know, I'm a trans guy. I'm 17. I've been on hormones for over a year now, getting top surgery in 25 days. 25 days, yo. That's nothing. Vlog soon. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get you guys straight into this video. We're going to go over to my computer, and we're going to watch this video by, I think her name is Brennan. Let's get straight into it. So guys, as you can tell, I've teleported inside of my computer, but we're going to start reacting to this crazy fucking transgender. I wanted to first read, the description of Brennan's channel so we could get a feel for who she is, or I mean, who she is. I don't really give a shit about your videos that you make, but it turns out that it looks like Brennan is pansexual and gender fluid, uses airs pronouns, but it doesn't really matter. So it looks like we're gonna be calling you she, because it doesn't really matter. I will point out for the record that with every single person I've met who is not a transgender and is actually trans, we do give a really big shit about what pronouns you call us, because if you called me a she in a public situation, people are gonna be like, what the fuck are you fucking talking about? Because I don't look like a girl. Blair White doesn't look like a man. So the video we're gonna be reacting to today is called My Gender Dysphoria and How to Cope with It. This video is a long time coming. This is my dysphoria and how I deal with it. So if you don't know, gender dysphoria is basically the mental illness that makes us trans people trans. Our brains experience gender dysphoria because in the womb, our brains developed as one gender and our body developed as another, which is why through hormone therapy, social transition, surgery, we transition to the other gender in order to match up our brains to our bodies, because there's no way to fix your fucking brain, unfortunately. That's why I want to die. It looks like Brennan here is going to tell us about her dysphoria, and I'm pretty fucking excited to hear about it, especially with her cleavage out like that.
A lot of the hate comments I get, a lot of the unsupportive comments that I get are about these.
I already can't fucking do this shit, man. She was like, these, like...
So after reading some of these comments and getting a little bit frustrated, I did realize that, I haven't really talked about dysphoria. I haven't really talked about my dysphoria very much. So I think it's time to make this video and to talk about my boobs, talk about why in some...
No trans guy would say that. I want to say straight off the bat, I have never met a trans guy. Maybe I've seen some online, but 99% of trans guys would not reference their chest as their boobs. That's fucking weird.
Let's talk about my dysphoria. I've always hated my body. Even when I was a kid.
I can think of maybe why you hate your body, and I don't think it's because you're trans.
I hated being fat.
That doesn't mean you're trans.
I still hate being fat, but I also...
Not liking your body because you're not in shape doesn't mean that you're trans.
I hated my hair, and...
I hated my hair too, sister. Wanting a short haircut does not make you transgender.
I hated my boobs. I remember hating...
Again, I just need to stop pausing this. I just need to let it go, but I don't know how long I can take this for.
Before I knew what dysphoria was, this was just me hating my boobs. For whatever.
I hate that fucking word, yo. Can we have a counter for how many times she says boobs in the comments down below?
In high school was when I started to learn what trans...
I can count maybe 15 girls in my school that all look like that, and Willow is the first one I think of. I will tell you guys though that if you want to know what Willow looks like, very close to this. Imagine blondish hair rather than the crazy pink. That's basically what Willow looks like.
There was a term for it, and I had a reason to hate my boobs. It's because they don't fit the body.
Yo, so you're gonna go on and on about how much you hate your breasts, and they're just out. Yeah.
I always wore sports bras. I never got a real bra.
Oh my god, that's definitely a trender pose. If you see someone who goes like this, they're definitely a transgender.
And I remember putting on 2 sports bras one day, and then 3, and then 4, and I would go to school with like 4 sports bras, and I remember looking in the mirror and just thinking, that's still not flat enough. It's still not flat enough, and I hate it. And so much of my hatred went towards my boobs and my hair, but then when I was able, it was a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm laughing. Like, I'm honestly laughing because this is so ridiculous, and I just know that this person is not trans, so it's making me laugh.
Man, I haven't done this in so long. I can't believe I went to school like this every day. Almost every day I went to school with at least 3. And this is 3, and I can't. I can't breathe. And this wasn't...
I'm getting triggered. Like, honestly, this is like, I know you guys, like, honestly, people always get at me, like, please stop using triggered, like, that really is a mental health term. Like, this is actually triggering my dysphoria, because I see, like, how ridiculous this is, and, like, it's literally triggering my personal dysphoria, because this is literally mockery of real trans people.
When MTV happened, and if, for those of you that don't know, I was on an episode of True Life, and it was about being genderqueer, and because of True Life,
she was on TV for millions of Americans to watch and look and be like, that's what those trans people are like. That's why Republicans fucking hate us. And not all Republicans. I know there's actually tons of my dad is Republican. He literally is so accepting of me. But this is why right-wing conservatives don't fucking like us, because they see this bullshit and they're like, what the fuck? Because to be honest with you, like, if I wasn't me, I would be looking at this and be like, what the fuck?
my binder came in the mail when the cameras were there. I put it on, and there's just one moment where I was in the bathroom. I remember just thinking, like, it's still not flat enough. And then I kind of thought, it's not gonna be flat enough. I kind of came to a conclusion then that I was gonna have to be okay with these. I was gonna have to find...
That's not how that works. Let me put this in this perspective for you. When I first got a binder, obviously I put it on, and I was pretty flat, flatter than I normally was. I would usually wear baggy hoodies over hoodies over hoodies. I would layer sports bras on top of my chest to make me as flat as possible, to the point I couldn't fucking breathe. And I watched shit like this, alright? She says, oh, it wasn't flat enough, it wasn't flat enough. Yeah, no shit, it's not gonna be flat enough because there's still fucking piles of fat on your chest. She goes, it will never be flat enough, so I have to be okay with it. There's a thing called surgery, but you know why Brennan here doesn't want to get surgery? Because it's fucking permanent. So when she's done playing dress up and pretending like she has a mental illness, which I do, which my friends who are all trans have, she will want them back. I want you guys to know that if this individual was transgender, had access to a binder, had a supportive family, was able to wear a binder at one point, even layer sports bras, or had dysphoria, she would not fucking have her tits out like she does right now. Brennan, truthfully, I feel bad for you. Like, I really think that you're insecure. You are not comfortable with your body completely. But being transgender is not the answer to this. This is a serious mental condition that people struggle with. And if you can openly be on YouTube in front of, how many subscribers do you have? 2,000 subscribers? Probably more people have seen your videos than that. I will never believe for a second that you are transgender or experience gender dysphoria.
No amount of binders or sports bras or even surgery.
What the fuck do you mean, sister? Listen the fuck up. I'm getting top surgery in 25 days from now. I have a counter on my phone telling me every single day that I'm closer and closer to my own personal freedom, because you know what? When I get surgery, my chest will be completely flat. Fucking flat. There will be no chest tissue. I won't have to bind anymore. So I don't understand what the fuck on earth Jesus Christ Almighty she is talking about. Because top surgery completely flattens your chest. It is removal of breast tissue and masculinization of your chest. So you are just dumb to say that. Look at her smiling. Like, if this was me and there was no option for top surgery, I would be crying. Like, I would kill myself.
Will make me okay with what's on my chest.
Wait, did she say that no amount of surgery will make me comfortable with my chest? Yeah, that's because if you got top surgery, you would get dysphoria. This is what transgenders don't understand. You go on hormones and you're not trans, if you get surgery and you're not trans, you will actually get dysphoria because trans people obviously have a disconnect in our brain and our body. So when I get hormones and surgery, I'm happy. I feel connected with myself. When these people who already have a female brain and a female body get surgery, they now have a female brain and a male body. So they get dysphoria. I do truly feel bad for people that have a mental illness that happens to them because they really feel like they're trans. But this person, you're not trans. Like, I'm trying to help you out here, sister.
I was happy that I had these people surrounding me that were so supportive and loving, and my mom.
That's because you like attention.
Cried and I cried, and it was like.
Her mom is supportive. Bless her mother, because if she was really trans, you would probably have the best mom in the whole fucking world if she's supportive of you like this. One of my best friends has been presenting as a male for his whole entire life. His parents are Democrats. They hate Trump, but they don't support him despite the fact that he has had every single warning sign of being transgender throughout his entire life. Stop appropriating a medical condition. Like, I'm actually angry right now.
I still wasn't happy with my chest, that's the bottom line. Like, even though I had a binder on, and even though it was the flattest that I'd ever been, I still wasn't happy with my chest. I still wasn't happy. From that day on, I had to figure out how to be happy with these stupid things on my chest. I've never said that my dysphoria is as bad or worse than anybody else's. I've never said that it's as bad as someone who's MTF or FTM.
You know why you don't want a flat chest? Because you're not male, aka you're not FTM.
When I see comments that say, because I show my boobs, I don't have dysphoria, I kind of get upset. These people on the internet don't know me.
I know enough.
I had that. Like, I had horrible dysphoria, and even today, I have bad dysphoria.
Just because you hate your boobs doesn't mean that you have gender dysphoria. There are tons of women that don't like their chest, tons of women who wish their chest was a little bit smaller, more able to conceal. She obviously has pretty big tits, okay? Just because you don't like that you have huge, very apparent tits doesn't mean that you want a male chest, which is why you didn't like binding, which is why you didn't completely like flattening with sports bras. You're mistaking insecure body dysmorphia for gender dysphoria, which are two very different things.
I can show this much of my boobs on camera and not feel bad.
I honestly am at a loss for words. A loss. I feel bad for this girl. I really, truly feel bad for her because do I think she's pansexual? Probably. That's completely cool. You know, you can be whatever sexuality you want. You're dating a guy and you're bisexual. Like, you don't have to date a girl to prove that you're bisexual. You just have to be attracted to them. And to be honest, there's a lot of people who can't transition right away. So this girl was in a place in her life where she literally couldn't transition. She didn't have support. She didn't have resources. She has all those things. She has a binder. She has a supportive family. She was on MTV. But yet, you've done nothing to help your dysphoria.
I came to terms with my dysphoria is I started to take gender out of things that don't.
This is my least favorite argument that trenders make.
Need a gender. So in society, a lot of things in the world are assigned a gender. Color.
That's true. Certain things are socially constructed, such as color being gendered. Obviously, pink is not a female color naturally. We just associate it with females because of the society that we live in. People don't realize that she's making this video because people were probably like, oh, you don't have dysphoria, so you're not trans. But she was like, well, if I say that I have dysphoria, then nobody can say I'm not trans anymore because, well, I have dysphoria now. And how are they going to know that I don't? How are they going to, say that I don't? Well, guess what, sis? I can see right through you. You are either faking this for attention, or you're genuinely confused. And if you're genuinely confused, I feel bad. And I highly recommend that if you're struggling with figuring out your gender, you talk to a therapist who is educated in trans issues, but that's not their whole entire spiel. They know things about other mental disorders so that someone like you can recognize gender dysphoria from something like body dysmorphia.
Clothes don't have a gender. These are genderqueer overalls because
no, those are not genderqueer overalls. Those are overalls. Yes, clothes don't have a gender. A girl could wear this shirt, okay? A girl could wear the shirt she's wearing. A guy could wear the shirt she's wearing. A guy could wear this tank top. Clothes is not gendered, but that's not genderqueer overalls. Those are overalls.
I'm genderqueer, and this is a genderqueer shirt because I'm genderqueer. Whatever clothes you're wearing right now, or whatever gender you are.
This is a transgender tank top.
I've realized that there are so many things in this world that don't have a gender, that are assigned a gender, like boobs.
That's not true, because somebody who is a male, like their sex is a male. You know, obviously my gender is male, but biologically my chromosomes will always be XX, meaning that biologically I'm a female. Does that mean that socially I'm not a male? No, socially I am a male. Physically, 99% of me is male except my chromosomes. But developed what's on my chest because the biological components of my body. I'm not made to produce testosterone. You are not made to produce testosterone. And testosterone is linked to people with XY chromosomes, while estrogen, which is what forms your chest, male puberty, is linked to XX chromosomes. And don't even get me started on intersex shit. That core intersex always have a combination of traits. It's not a brand new trait, it's a combination of the two existing sexes, male and female. Females, 99% of the time, develop breast tissue in many shapes and sizes. That is a female biological trait. Breasts are not like clothes. Breasts are biological. Clothes are made by humans.
I know that that's a concept that is going to be very disputed in the comments.
Shut up.
Because obviously only people who are born with vaginas have boobs. So obviously...
Wait, she's being sarcastic about that. Only people with vaginas naturally have breasts on their body. Except for, you know, certain intersex people, certain, you know, some obese men will begin to form tissue. But the way breasts work, because we use them to breastfeed children, and mothers give birth to children, are only formed by people with XX chromosomes, and people with XX chromosomes have vaginas. That word, by the way, literally, like, that's actually, like, triggers me. Like, dead ass triggers me. It's like, I don't like it. But it's the smartest thing you said in the whole video, and you're saying you're sarcastic. I just cannot.
There are people who are male and have vaginas. There are people who are male who have boobs, and that's what the transgender community is.
Okay. Trans women have breasts because they take estrogen, synthetic estrogen, to transition, and they will begin to grow breasts because they're putting the hormone naturally created by people with XX chromosomes into their XY body, as I've put testosterone into my body. Yes. Are the breasts that you're going to grow natural even though you have a penis? Probably. Yes. But it's not naturally created by your body at birth. You had to go through the process to get onto hormones. And even surgery, you know, breast augmentation surgery, that is a cosmetic surgery. Just as I was not born with a flat chest, I have to get that through surgery.
I'm genderqueer and I have boobs.
We know you have boobs because they're right there.
These are not female boobs.
Yes, they are, because you are XX. Your breasts were created naturally. Your body is female.
These are genderqueer boobs.
What? That makes absolutely no sense, because genderqueer is not a biological gender. That's a socially constructed gender that you all have made up.
That is how I cope with dysphoria.
You want to know how trans guys cope with dysphoria? We have binded for 7 days straight. Think about this. A super tight, restricting compression garment meant to flatten your chest, crush your ribs to the point that you could have rib bruising. Luckily, I've never bruised a rib. You are advised not to wear for more than 6 hours a day. Imagine wearing that for 24/7. I took it off once a day for 5-minute showers because I was at my girlfriend's house and I could not fucking, despite my girlfriend telling me, like, it's okay, like, I want you to be comfortable, I was not comfortable. I would have been more uncomfortable with myself than having to deal with the pain of wearing a binder for 7 days straight. Yes, people's dysphoria comes in different forms and sizes, but if you are comfortable with everybody on YouTube seeing your tits, I truly don't believe that you have dysphoria. Like, say what you want, but just because you say you have dysphoria, it doesn't mean that you have dysphoria. I can say I'm blind, that doesn't mean I'm blind.
I remember that these are not feminine or masculine. These are genderqueer.
If somebody's her face, bro! Funniest shit I've ever goddamn seen. All I'm trying to say is that if somebody sees someone out in public with their chest out, you're gonna be like, yep, that's a girl.
Because that is how I identify. And some stupid internet comments can't change that. I know myself better than any person on the internet is ever going to know me. And I am so happy that 4 years ago I would have never been okay with this. And now I'm here. And now I'm okay with these. And I've come to terms with them. And sometimes I even like them. It's taken a long...
I'm like having flashbacks. Whoa. I'm truly at a loss for words.
I'm okay with having cleavage in some videos. So people commenting saying,
dysphoria will not go away. You can't just cure your dysphoria by yourself. Curing dysphoria, first of all, dysphoria will never go away until you remove, add on the part of your body that you feel though is missing or needs to be removed. My chest dysphoria will not just go away by me accepting it. No, it will not go away because this is not just something that I've made up in my head. This is something that is because my brain is different than my body, because that's the way being transgender works.
invalid and that I'm not trans or that I'm not queer.
You're not trans. You are queer.
They're just falling into their own stereotypes, into the world's own stereotypes. This video shouldn't even exist because I shouldn't even have to prove that I have dysphoria. You know, you should just believe.
You didn't prove it to anyone.
I have dysphoria. You should just believe people when they say they're trans.
No, because you can't just say you're trans. Like, that's not, you can't just say you're trans and be trans. I can't just say I'm blind and be blind. I can't just say I have cancer and be cancer.
If you look at the world around you, if you take into consideration what is gender, what is...
Gender is not a social construct. As parts of gender are socially constructed. But at the end of the day, gender and sex are both very biological. Gender occurs in your brain, sex occurs on your body and physical characteristics. Done with these type of people appropriating something that I and many other people struggle with on a day-to-day basis, and you may say, Calvin, why does this affect you? Like, why is this such a big deal to you? I'll tell you why it's such a big fucking deal and why I'm appalled when so many trans people are completely okay with this. This is why people don't like you. This is why it's harder to gain free surgery from insurance, because they see people like this and think it's a cosmetic procedure when really it's a life-changing procedure. If my insurance, if I had a worse insurance company, my phalloplasty to get a penis would cost $100,000. I'd kill myself.
You will get on your way to looking in the mirror and being able to say, this is a trans body, this is a gender non-conforming body, I might not like everything about it, but it's mine.
I'ma damn well do everything I can fucking do to like my body, even to the point of fucking leg lengthening surgery, because dysphoria is so debilitating that it's impossible to live with it.
Gender is what's in our heads. It's not physical, it's not sex, it's not...
Gender is biological. Yes, it's in your brain, so it is biological. You are born that way. You cannot just choose.
Your body is whatever gender you are, is whatever gender you identify as. And no...
because I don't have a penis, and because my chest is not flat, means that my body currently is female, which makes me want to die. So, yeah.
Nobody, not an internet comment, not your parents, not your family, not your friends,
not doctors. Brain scan can. Brain scan can tell you that you're a female. She's literally telling people to get over their dysphoria.
I'm happy with my boobs. I'm still gender non-conforming.
She is so happy to say that she loves her tits. This has to be satire. Like, this has to be a joke. Like, honestly, truly, like, in life, is this a joke or not?
I'm still trans. I just like my boobs sometimes.
I'm done watching this video. Before I go, all I'm gonna say is that video actually angered me. There are not a lot of videos that I watch that I am truly angered by, but this angered me. I'm sick and tired of transtrenders roaming the internet trying to say what trans is and what trans isn't, because at the end of the day, if there's anybody watching who doubts trans people being real, who doubts anything, being transgender is a condition that you are born with, and you cannot evade dysphoria. It will always show up. One day, they're gonna have brain scans that will tell you if your brain is male or female. Do I think non-binary could potentially be a real thing? Yes, I do. I think there's a possibility for people to have brains that are completely in between male and female. At the end of the day, all these crazy things that they talk about are not real things. There are things that these people have made up to deal with the fact that they're uncomfortable with being a feminine girl. They want to be a masculine girl, but they don't feel like that's a real possibility, so they come up with these identities that just aren't real and just appropriate real trans people. Extremely hurtful and very bad for the trans community, for people like me who want to be able to have access to free surgery, free hormones, things that I need to live my life. And whatever the fuck your name is, fuck you. If you are doing this for attention or for views, if you really do think you're trans, I say you see a therapist, talk to them about it, not a gender therapist who is another non-binary, a cisgender person who is educated and has done research. If you have access to that, which I believe you probably do due to the fact that you're most likely in college and your parents are very supportive of you. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't seen me before, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.